wins championships. We're here in Dallas.
What's up, y'all?
We got a top 10.
Welcome to the first segment of 4, of what I'm going to call the Furious 4. But on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Dan Quinn second year curse. You need to know about, baby. That's right, we're going to do things a little bit differently here today. We're going to talk about some defense. We're going to talk about this Furious 4, the first of Furious 4. And we're going to talk to you about it in the Dan Quinn second year curse. A curse? What? Dan Quinn got a curse? Yeah, man, we're going to talk about it, baby. Shout out to my man, Starboy out there, baby. Y'all hear it in the back. That's that throwback. Oh, trying to get them sacks. Let's go back to 2019, baby. How many of y'all remember this jam right here? Y'all know the drill, man. Let these notifications go out. Let this room fill up today, baby. We're going to be talking about the Dan Quinn second year curse. That's right. Dan Quinn has a curse on his hands. And we're going to talk about that curse here today, baby. We're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to do some content a little bit differently here today in the lab. Yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Where them hard hitters at out there, baby? Clock in, D. Yeah, it's time to go to work. Shout out to the worldwide movement out there, baby. Shout out to my man Starboy, longtime supporter here. DFW hard hitters, baby. Y'all hear it in the background. Make sure y'all go follow him on YouTube, Starboy22. But we definitely going to clock in on some D today. We're going to be talking about Dan Quinn. We're going to be talking about his leadership. Y'all know I'm big on leadership. Shout out to all my veterans out there. You know, we got the blue camo, the digi print, the training camp edition, baby. You probably seen the post go by. Do me a favor, click on that and purchase that. I'm affiliated with Fanatics, baby. So any purchase you make, I will make a small commission. So thank you. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we're going to be talking about some leadership, man. You know, shout out to all my veterans out there. Dan Quinn, the practitioner. He's got a curse on his hand, y'all, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you like defense, if you like analyzing the different types of players on our defense, we're going to talk about a guy not so much talked about when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. So we're going to clock in on the defensive side of the ball today and talk about this Dan Quinn second year curse. So let's see who's rolling with us, baby. Y'all throw some shout outs out there. What up, Clint? I see you, man. Howdy. What up, Top Fan Ty? I see you. What up, Mo Money Mayfield? Appreciate y'all tapping in here today, baby. Do me a favor. Let's get this show started. Come on, baby. Give me some shares. We're going to be talking about the Dan Quinn second year curse. That's right, man. Dan Quinn, believe it or not, he has a curse on his hands, y'all. Would you believe that? We're going to talk about that here today. We're going to talk about that particular player and why you need to know about it, baby, because this Furious 4, you know, this is number 4 who we're going to talk about today. And as we climb the ladder of this Furious 4 segment, we're going to be talking about the defensive side of the ball, because you hear my man back there, right? Don't clock in. Clock in, D. Yeah, it's time to go to work. Y'all hear it in the background, baby. Shout out to Starboy, baby. Make sure y'all go follow my man Starboy of them worldwide hard hitters, baby, at Starboy22. That's that clock ND from 2019, baby. If you've been rolling with us here, if you've been following me here, you know we've been affiliated. We've been talking about them hitters. Y'all know who my cousin, my Cowboy cousin is down there in the DFW area, Starboy. So big shout out to Starboy, all the fan base creators in the Cowboy fan base who make music. But today we're going to talk about a particular Dallas Cowboy in YR Kearse. How many of y'all like YR Kearse? How many of you follow YR Kearse? Are you a YR Kearse fan? Well, we're going to talk about Dan Quinn's second year curse that he has on his hands. Because when it comes to leadership, y'all, the thing about leadership, especially in the military, was always get the best out of your people. Tap into their talents and edify them and build them up and delegate and give them responsibility and let them go out on the battlefield and shine. But when it comes to Dan Quinn, the ultimate practitioner, he's doing just that and had that impact on this defense last year, as it led all defenses in the league last year with what, 33 takeaways? Shout out to Tony Dorsett. Y'all know the number 33, right? It's a pretty famous number with Dallas Cowboys, wouldn't you think? What up, Starboy? I see you checking in right there. Appreciate you tapping in. Y'all give me a share one time. Starboy is on the line, baby. The DFW hard hitters. Y'all heard that track. Clock in D as we dropped in. What up? Dallas Diva is on the line. I see all my Cowboy cousins checking in. What up, Tanya? I see down there in Arkansas. Appreciate you. What up, Michael Trejo? What up? See y'all. Appreciate y'all clocking in. Y'all know the deal here today. We're talking about this Dan Quinn second year curse. Now, why the second year? Well, we're going to talk about that, baby. When it comes to YR Kearse, he's in his second year in his defense. And so we talk about this leadership when it comes to coaching in the NFL. Getting the best out of your players should be mandatory. You know, not like the Cleveland Browns did with Baker Mayfield as they traded him or did something to Carolina. OU still sucks. Y'all know the deal, baby. But y'all seen the news. You know what I mean? Obviously, Cleveland didn't get the best out of their quarterback, and they traded him as a result. You know, that's kind of news here as we slid that in here today. So if you've been following the page, you know that ain't nothing new here if you're clocked in, especially for your NFL fan base. If you're clocked in with your NFL favorite team, you know, you already know that's not breaking news. But we wanted to share that with you in case those that are waking up are trying to get into the conversation as we talk about this Dan Quinn second year curse. YR Kearse is the first of the Furious Four segments that we're going to talk about here when it comes to four defensive players on the side of the ball. YR Kearse sits in at number 4, and we're talking about this second year curse with Dan Quinn. You know, Dan Quinn has showed us as, you know, maybe not so great as a head coach, but maybe as a defensive coordinator when it comes to a practitioner, he getting the most out of them boys on that side of the ball. Can I get a share? You know what I mean? If you agree with me there, he getting the most out of them boys on the side of the ball. And if you look at YR Kearse's body of work from last season, let's go over some of these numbers here a little bit here today. We're going to cover some numbers. So shout out to the Dallas Morning News. You know, I'm subscribed to the Dallas Morning News, and, you know, I've been doing some research. I've been looking for some content here to share with my over 100 supporters who continue to keep the lights lit here today. We have no star goal here today. We have no prizes here to give away today. However, anybody who'd like to donate at least 20,000 stars will get a Cowboy Cousin shirt of your size. You see it right there, baby. So if you like to feel froggy, then jump, baby. Go ahead and throw them stars. And we're going to call that the Elliott rule. So I appreciate my subscriber and star donator here, Michael Elliott, for helping me come up with that concept. You know, for, you know, most of our goals here are normally around 3,000 stars. But for anybody moving forward who gives a total of 20,000 stars at any particular time or show, should you not win, you will get a Cowboy Cousins t-shirt. Now, I've got them small through 3X. So keep that in mind. They're great t-shirts. And as we get into this Dan Quinn second year curse, we're talking about YR Kearse. And I was telling you, shout out to the Dallas Morning News. And especially the writer over there, Nick Kehoe. That's right, Nick Kehoe. Kehoe. Shout out to Nick Kehoe over there with the Dallas Morning News. He did a lot of research for us, embedded some stuff on Twitter. I shared this in my secret supporter group already since yesterday. So this is not anything new here to my green badges that are checking in here today, like my man Mike Rock, who says reps are in. Y'all know the drill. Leader Larry Allen 2.0 is on the line, baby. Y'all know that's my man Mike Rock's favorite player, baby. So appreciate you always getting in the gym like Larry Allen, Mike Rock, and throwing up them shares. Come on now. Y'all share this content out there, baby. We're talking about YR Kearse. And shout out to the Dallas Morning News when it comes to Nick Kehoe. You know, he wrote a great article over there. It says, why YR Kearse's Swiss Army knife skill set is critical to the Cowboys defense. You know, and I was really impressed because he did some video, you know, and he talked about some stats there. And I'm going to share some of these stats with you on why YR Kearse is that second year curse. YR is going to be that second year curse for Dan Quinn. If you look at what he got out of him when it came to last season, right? Now, you know, YR Kearse has been in the league 4 or 5 years now, and we know he played for Minnesota, right? You know, by the way, also in breaking news, you know, the Minnesota Vikings fan base over there, they trying to change their whole damn name from the Vikings. They say they don't like that shit. Well, you know, You ain't America's team. But anyways, we talk about YR Kearse. He played for Minnesota. I think he played for Detroit for a short stint. Now he's over here with the Cowboys. And this guy is 6'4", y'all. Like, he ain't no little itty bitty dude. You know what I mean? He's a Swiss Army knife with some height, if you know what I mean. Like, he's a long Swiss Army knife. He ain't no little bit short one. He one of them long Swiss Army knives, man. They say his arm reaches 34.25 inches. That's arm length, baby. That's important. And if you look at that article I shared in my secret supporter group over there with my supporters yesterday, you'll know exactly what I mean. Now, for those of y'all not subscribed to the Dallas Morning News, you may not be able to see it. I am, however, and that's why I come here to share this content here with you as we talk about this Furious Four on the defensive side of the ball and YR Kearse. Dan Quinn literally got the most out of YR Kearse last year, and I think he's going to get even more out of him this year, and that's why he's going to be number 4 on this Furious 4 list here today. He was third in the most pressures among NFL safeties last season, y'all. This is the Kearse, the second-year Kearse that Dan Quinn has on his hands. I mean, there's video here embedded in this article and everything. I like my man YR Kearse and what he's doing. I'm not really a big fan of following all of the guys on the team. I know them per se, but when I really dug this back and, read this article from the Dallas Morning News, I had a brand new appreciation for YR Kearse. And that inspired me to come together with this Furious 4 on the defensive side of the ball, because y'all seen in the news also recently, Micah Parsons out there was giving, Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, they're big ups and said that him and Trayvon Diggs, our guys over here that are built different. We've been talking about that. My 2 crazy predictions that those guys are actually going to be on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, they're talking defense, baby, and we're clocking in like my man Starboy does with us here on the Dallas Morning News with Nick Kehoe. And I'm telling you, this guy at 6'4", arms at 34.25 inches. Third most pass pressures. Oh, sorry. Let me get this right. Let me look at my notes. Third most pressures among NFL safeties. And also 10 pass breakups. It led all safeties. I mean, what position does this guy really play? I mean, on the defensive side of the ball, it looks like we might have a whole bunch of Swiss Army knives over there. We already know Micah's one, right? And, shout out to Jalen Ramsey, because I always said that, hey, we should have drafted Jalen Ramsey instead of Ezekiel Elliott, because I know I don't follow college football like that. But I truly think that Jalen Ramsey, I just watched the replay of the Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl with the Rams, and Jalen Ramsey got torched in the Super Bowl. Now, maybe there was some question, on the face mask or something like that. But hey, baby, you know what I mean? That happens in Dallas all day, every day. So shout out to Diggs. I think he led the league with 11 takeaways as we talk about this defensive side of the ball. I don't want to get too far off on my man YR Kearse. But my man YR Kearse under Dan Quinn, when it comes back to leadership, Dan Quinn is doing the most with these guys over here. It's quite out disrespectful that you got this list out here per PFF that says this guy, Nick Sirianni, is a better coach than Mike McCarthy. Y'all see that? As I slide this in here, let's get some shout outs. See who's rolling with us here today. Caitlin Adams with the context says Kearse came in saying anything less than best safety in the league isn't good enough. Dude trying to get the bet. I'm telling you, the Micah Parsons effect is wearing off on these guys. And that's what we're talking about. YR Kearse, the 6'4" guy with 34.25-inch arms. That guy is huge, man. You want to talk about getting around folks, breaking up passes, the most pressures, third most pressures among NFL safeties. That means he's getting to the rock. John Sullivan says, put me on your hat connection, baby. Go to Fanatics. I am affiliated with Fanatics. I posted this hat here from Fanatics. So go over there and click that link. I am a Fanatics affiliate. So when you do purchase, baby, that is my hat plug. So thank you, John Sullivan, for asking that question. If you see the ad rolling by here on the timeline, go ahead and click that link. Anybody who purchases that, I appreciate that. I actually got this hat from Lids, but Fanatics has them over there too as well. I've got this shirt from Fanatics. So I'm a big time Fanatics shopper online, and I'm also an affiliate. So if you click any links here from me on this page, just know I get a little bit of money. Thank you for helping me keep the lights on here as we talk about YR Kearse essentially keeping Dan Quinn and his head coaching aspirations alive, right? as we were talking about, Nick Sirianni had got ranked over Mike McCarthy in this coaching. The disrespect on Dallas is real out there, y'all, this year. And, to be the number one team with 33 takeaways last season, to have the potential defensive player of the year on our roster, to have completely smoked the NFC East undefeated, the disrespect is getting a little bit out of hand. Appreciate that, Nathaniel Costanzo, for the 200 stars, baby. We don't have a star goal here today, but as a reminder, if you do donate stars, anybody who donates stars, if you donate over 20,000 stars, essentially about $20, you'll get a Cowboy Cousin shirt. I'm selling those in my store right here on Facebook for $35 or 30 plus shipping and handling. So about $35. So you get that at extremely discounted rate when you participate in the stars program. Now, if you don't know what the stars are, it's a virtual currency like my man Nathaniel just donated to me here as a creator. It's virtual currency that you can purchase on the platform and also donate it here to creators and also win cool prizes in the process. So thank you, Nathaniel, for that 200-star donation. As we get back to this Dallas Morning News, and shout out to Nick Kehoe over there. I shared this in my secret supporter group as we talk about this second-year curse on Dan Quinn's hands, baby. Like, you giving Dan Quinn a whole nother year. Like, you heard Caitlin come in with a little bit of context, saying that he's basically talking the talk, walking the walk. Where are they going to put this guy at next year? He can guard most tight ends at 6'4". He can play on the line. He can play at linebacker. Damn. But they still got this Philadelphia Eagles defense up there and this team saying that they're all that in the NFC East. I'm telling you, the shit is funny. But if you just happened here today, do me a favor, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, baby. We are talking about this second year Dan Quinn curse on his hands. And we're talking about one YR Kearse in the season that he had last year. Like we shared, third most pressures among NFL safeties last season. Now, this is per the Dallas Morning News. This is per Nick Kehoe over there for the Dallas Morning News. If you don't subscribe to the Dallas Morning News, then guess what? You're getting some good news here today. Now, this was a few days ago. This was written on June 29th, as we came into the close of last month. But we're talking about the Furious Four, and YR Kearse cracked my list at number 4. We still got 3 to go as we progress up here to training camp. We're going to be talking about these other 3 on this Furious 4. But YR Kearse, number 27, baby, is basically going to be under the leadership of Dan Quinn and this defense again this year after it balled out last season. Now, there's a lot of statistics out there that say the Dallas Cowboys, because they led the league in takeaways last year, they will not do it again this year. And if you look at the trajectory of those numbers and how they span out, they often drop pretty drastically on year 2. Now, that's expected. But again, if you go back to Micah Parsons, the humble lion over there. And if you take a look at his sack goal at 23, shout out TJ Watt, 22.5. Yeah, we passed on TJ Watt. But we got Micah Parsons. And he said he chasing that sack goal at number 23, like his high school number when Micah Parsons was a running back. Harrisburg High School out there in Pennsylvania, baby. In the 717 where the bullies get bullied. Shout out to my girl Lady Vice out there. But if you leave it up to Micah Parsons in that defense, Micah said he want all the fumbles, all the sacks, all the interceptions. He want all of everything. So I don't know. Could the Dallas Cowboys break this streak of 17 when it comes to the NFC East and win back-to-back? That's why I posted that here today. A lot of folks seem to think otherwise, especially the big stream media, right? As we talk about this second year Dan Quinn curse. There's a lot of talks about Mike McCarthy being fired halfway in the season. Possibility Dan Quinn could be thrusted into the head coaching position. Amongst other things, like Jerry Jones just basically saying that we're snatching shit out of thin air when it comes to Sean Payton, right? But yeah, man, this guy is 6'4". We're talking about YR Kearse. He's big, he's tall, he can guard tight ends. He can get up in there. They said his weakness really was when it came to, tackling at the line of scrimmage and getting in there and mixing it up. However, they said he's a willing tackler, obviously, but he does the most from his position as third most pressures among NFL safeties last year. He was 10 pass breakups. He led all safeties last year with 10. Like, this guy under Dan Quinn and his leadership coming into year 2, I expect big things for YR Kearse. And that's why Dan Quinn got a curse on his hands, baby. And I believe that the Dallas Cowboys can win back-to-back under the tutelage of the defensive side of the ball when it comes to Dan Quinn. Now on the offensive side of the ball, we know that's a whole nother story. And that's a whole nother segment I could do here. But we're talking the Furious 4. And YR Kearse cracks my list at number 4. And as we go up, 3, 2, 1, obviously, I need your comments here. Who do you think on the defensive side of the ball is going to crack the Furious 4, baby, as we get ready to get up into training camp? Make sure you turn on your notifications. I'm going to have my Cowboy cousin here, Patrick Milan, of Southern California Dallas Cowboys fan club, on the live here July 23rd. That's on Supporter Saturday, baby. That's July 23rd. Now, you may see it says July 12th right now. Well, I'm on StreamYard. All my creators out there know what I'm talking about. You can only move it out a week at a time, so I got to keep moving it out. But I wanted to make sure we got it up and running. So, with that being said, as we wrap it up here today on the Furious 4, if you're headed to training camp here this season with the Dallas Cowboys in Oxnard, California, you're going to want to tune in. My special guest, my Cowboy cousin, who actually got to kick it out there in Las Vegas at the Cowboys Cousins first experience. Shout out to my man, Patrick Milan. He's going to come on here and grace y'all with some of the do's and don'ts and basically a point of view from his eyes on when it comes to training camp. Because if you didn't watch Hard Knocks last season on HBO Max, he was one of the first guys, if not the first, holding the helmet up in as the gates opened at training camp when they were filming Hard Knocks last season. So shout out to Patrick Milan here as we talk about this Furious 4. Shout out to the Dallas Morning News and the YR Kearse, baby. He's like a Swiss Army knife. We've been talking about it. These players have got to do more than one thing nowadays. You got Trayvon Diggs, played receiver in high school. Now he's a defensive back. You had Michael Parsons, played 3 or 4 different positions. There's highlights of him out there. Nittany Nation 38 on YouTube. Check it out, baby. He was running the rock, number 23. These players are coming in, man, and quite frankly, they're built different, baby. And that's why we're doing this list here. And we're talking about this Furious 4 because everybody seems to keep the D in the mouth, especially big media. And they love to keep the Eagles in their mouth because they seem to think that they got smoked with 92 points last season, that their logic is they'll be the NFC East king this season. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Well, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me here today, baby. We've been live talking about this Furious 4, referencing the Dallas Morning News. And like I said, special shout out to Nick Kehoe over there. He really broke down YR Kearse. I shared this link in my secret supporter group. Thank you to my over 100 supporters here to keep the show lit. If you appreciate the content, you like the content, you like what we're putting down over here, do me a favor, hit that green badge. Thank you, Nathaniel, for your stars here today. But we've talked about this Dan Quinn second-year curse on his hands. And you need to know about it because if you ain't been paying attention, everybody else has. And YR Kearse, he just cracked this top 4 at number 4. Who's going to be 3, 2, and 1? I don't know. Turn on your notifications. You're going to learn here in the future, baby, as we talk about this Furious 4. As everybody keeps the D in the mouth. I'm BG the Cowboys Unified, baby. You know what it is. We'll see y'all on the next episode.